Now, the Nigerian naira has come under a bit of pressure in the last few weeks, really on the back of the crude oil prices coming down. We saw the oil price currently at $88 against $88. What is the kind of impact could we likely see coming through for the naira going forward?
Well, good morning. Yeah, for some weeks now, we've seen the naira come under serious pressure. First of all, it started with the offshore flows, when the offshore investors started repatriating part of the capital they had invested in the government securities market. Right now, that has more or less thinned out, and the pressure we see now is coming mainly, like you have said, because the oil prices are going down, and it's beginning to look like it might be difficult for the government to continue to sustain protecting the naira with reserves, because we've seen part of the reserves going down already. But we've been assured by the central bank that they have enough in their arsenal to defend the naira. And we see that in the WDAS market, which is the CBN's official market for auctioning of dollars, the rates have remained relatively stable.
Now, talking about the auction, we do have the auction coming up next week. What kind of demand are you foreseeing coming through, particularly from both the foreign and local investors?
Well, for the foreign investors, they are more or less precluded out of the WDAS, the CBN auction, because sometime last year, the CBN moved any requests that had to do with repatriation of capital, dividend repayments, etc., moved those requests into the interbank market and precluded them from accessing the official CBN window. But at the auctions, we've seen that the CBN has upped the supply of dollars into the auctions. This week, we had, they sold about 750 million into the market. Same last week was like 700, and the week before 800 million, which is considerably up from where they were before, about the 150, 200 million levels.
Now, looking at the inflation rate, it came in at 12.7%, a drop of about 20 basis points. What kind of impact could we see that drop in inflation having on the secondary market going forward?
It's not likely to have too much impact because, one, the drop was not that significant, and also, secondly, even for forecasts have it that the inflation would rise and probably peak at about 14.5 this year, later on this year. So it's not likely to have too much impact immediately. And
with inflation rates at 12.7%, the Reserve Bank's move, what kind of, if looking at a number like 12.7%, could we perhaps see an interest rate decline going forward?
Not immediately. Not immediately, because as long as we continue to have pressures on the exchange rate, it's not likely that we'll see interest rates declining in the immediate future.